Dear students, now we are going to discuss the remaining part of mechanism of translation and requirements. Next requirement is amino acids. These are the monomers required for the synthesis of a protein. So according to genetic code, a particular kind of particular type of codon, a particular type of codon is specific to a particular amino acid. So now what about amino acids? Here we are going to discuss how peptide bond is established between two amino acids present in the larger subunit of either 70S or 80S ribosome. So for example, this is a amino acid 1. So according to first codon, that is AUG, in the case of eukaryotes. In the case of prokaryotes, it is GUG, coding for methionine. GUG was not given in NCERT, that is beyond NCERT. So for example, this is amino acid methionine. 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 So here, amino group is attached to. Amino group of that one is binded to pharmyl group. So here pharmyl group. Pharmyl group attached to amino group. So now this amino acid methionine is a pharmyl methionine. Pharmyl methionine. So this amino acid is simply methionine. As pharmyl group is attached to amino group is not suitable for peptide bond formation. So that's why out of first amino acid, only COOH is available for peptide bond formation. And this is a R group, variable, and hydrogen. So this is a initiator methionine. First one is a initiator amino acid. This one is a initiator amino acid. So generally in all proteins, first amino acid is generally pharmyl methionine. Okay, right? Next, take a second amino acid, second one, whatever it is. COOH. And this side, NH2. So NH and H. So out of a carboxylic group, OH plus this one, hydrogen atom. So these two removed in the form of H2O. So formation of a peptide bond is by dehydration. Dehydration. So what about the bond growth? Definitely C bond N direction. So after formation of a bond, what about that peptide? It is a dipeptide. First carbon atom of that one, CO bond HN or NH. NH, CO, COOH. So the bond present between these two is, this is a peptide bond. Peptide bond. So within P site, peptidyl site, or polymerization site, or donor site, or condensation site. P site, peptidyl site, condensation site, polymerization site, or donor site. So within this site, one enzyme is present. That enzyme is peptidyl transferase. That is in the case of eukaryotes. In eukaryotes. So this enzyme is a proteinaceous enzyme. In the case of prokaryotes, it is a ribozyme. Ribozyme, that is 23S ribosomal RNA molecule. In the case of prokaryotes. Okay, so this is a RNA molecule, non-protein, acting as a catalyst. So this entire mechanism, whatever the peptide bond we observed here, is within larger subunit of ribosome. So here, bond growth, peptide bond growth, peptide bond formation is in C bond N direction. C bond N direction. Carboxylic group of first amino acid and amino group of second one. Next, carboxylic group of second one and amino group of third one. So if the bond growth is C bond N direction, what about the protein? Protein with a N terminus and C terminus. So bond growth C bond N, C bond N, C bond N. Terminus, N terminus and C terminus. Okay, so this entire one is taking place within larger subunit of ribosome with the help of A and P sites. So this bond is produced by catalysis, catalytic role performed by concerned enzyme. And energetically, how much amount of energy consumed not given, but energetically established. So that is about amino acid. So naturally, peptide bond formation takes place within larger subunit of ribosome, right? Take the screenshot. Next. Protein factors. Protein factors required for translation. So first one, elongation factor. It's a protein factor, elongation factor. Protein, a type of protein. Elongation factor T. Elongation factor T. So what is the role of this elongation factor T? Purpose is what is the role of this one? This one is concerned with the role of this one is for the entry of amino acyl tRNA into a site. Entry of. So the role of this one is facilitating or favoring or helping in the entry of amino acyl tRNA. What is amino acyl tRNA? A tRNA with amino acid. So for the entry of amino acyl tRNA into a site, this factor is required. Okay, so at the time of entry, one molecule of GTP is required. Here GTP consumed. Again, I will discuss this one. GTP also required. One molecule of GTP. So the role of elongation factor T is for the entry of all amino acyl tRNAs except initiator amino acyl tRNA, except first amino acyl tRNA. Okay, so all amino acyl tRNAs would take help with the help of taking help from elongation factor T for their entry into a site, except first one. First one is directly moving into P site. We will see that one at the time of translation, mechanism of translation. Next, elongation factor G. And this is also called as a translocase. Translocase. Here also one molecule of, for this factor, one molecule of GTP is required. And what is the role of this factor? The role of this factor is shifting of amino acyl tRNA from A site to P site. Okay, shifting of amino acyl tRNA from A site to P site. So the role of this one is for except initiator amino acyl tRNA, remaining all from A to P site. We will discuss that mechanism at the time of translation. Just remember this, the role of that one. Next, Initiation factors. Initiation factors. What are they? IF1, IF2, IF3. Purpose just initiation only. Initiation of translation. They initiate translation. Next, release factors. Release factors. They are release factor 1, release factor 2, release factor 3. They are concerned with the identification of nonsense codons and termination of polypeptide. So they are concerned with the termination of translation. By identification of nonsense codon. That much is enough. So these are a certain number of factors which are playing an important role in the mechanism of translation. Right? Now I am erasing the board. Now, what about the mechanism of translation? This is mRNA molecule. Five and 3 end. And before that one, we should know what about weight. Weight. Before translation, what about activation? Activation of amino acid. Activation of amino acid. So before initiation of translation, amino acid must be activated. This is also part of translation only. So what about activation of amino acid? Take one amino acid. For example, here I'm taking methionine, pharmyl methionine, or you can take some other amino acid. Here I'm taking pharmyl methionine. Pharmyl methionine amino acid plus tRNA. The tRNA is a cognate tRNA. What is a cognate tRNA? Concerned tRNA. Concerned tRNA. What is that concerned tRNA? For example, this is a tRNA molecule. So dummy one with UAC anticodon. So here cognate, wait. Pharmyl methionine tRNA plus one molecule of ATP. one molecule of ATP. Coconut tRNA plus, right. Amino acid, ATP molecule. So here we are within activation of amino acid, not charging of tRNA, wait. So first one is activation of amino acid, formyl methionine plus ATP molecule plus enzyme. What is that enzyme? Amino acyl synthetase enzyme. Amino acyl synthetase enzyme. For example, this is a enzyme, amino acyl synthetase enzyme with two binding sites. For our understanding, I'm taking that one as a dummy diagram only, not the real one. So use rice enzyme, same enzyme. Same enzyme here also. Okay. So formyl methionine, amino acid attached here. Formyl methionine. Formyl methionine. Formyl methionine. AMP. Formyl methionine AMP. Formyl methionine AMP. Enzyme. One amino acid is binded. What is the amino acid? Formyl methionine. Formyl methionine. First amino acid binded. So what is the role of amino acyl synthetase enzyme? First role is accepting one type of amino acid into its binding site. So now this complex is called as this complex, amino acyl adenylate enzyme complex. EC I'm writing enzyme complex. Amino acyl adenylate enzyme. This is enzyme. What type of amino acid? Methionine. So amino acid. AMP, adenosine monophosphate, adenylate enzyme complex. So one amino acid is binded to the binding site of that. So here, each amino acid tRNA is specific to one particular type of amino acid. So a particular type of amino acyl synthetase enzyme is able to accept a particular type of amino acid only. So the number of kinds of amino acyl tRNAs. So 20 kinds or types of amino acyl synthetase enzymes are required according to the number of amino acids. So the number of amino acyl synthetase enzymes is equal to number of kinds of amino acids involved in the synthesis of protein. So what about activation of amino acid? In the presence of ATP molecule, by consuming energy, one amino acid is added to that enzyme. That is called as an activation of amino acid. What about the number of ATP molecules consumed here? One molecule of ATP. So ratio between amino acids and ATP consumed is always 1:1. So here take the ratio also, amino acid versus ATP molecules. So how many amino acids? So 1. 1:, ATP molecules also 1. 1:1. Remember this one. For example, Protein is with 100 amino acids. Now the question is, at the time of activation of that much number of amino acids, what about the number of ATP molecules consumed? Equal to that much number of amino acids present in that protein. 1:1 ratio. So that is about activation of amino acid. This part is very, very important. Activation of amino acid. Next, second one, charging of tRNA. Charging of tRNA. And this is also called as a amino acylation of tRNA. Means attachment of activated amino acid to the tRNA for transportation. Charging, taking responsibility. Charged with duty. Take the charge. Means take the duty. So some tRNA is going to take the charge. What is that charge? Not plus and minus, not negative and positive. Here charge means taking responsibility. What is the responsibility of tRNA molecule? Transportation of amino acid. Okay, so now take this enzyme complex here. And one more. Pyrophosphate means 2 inorganic phosphates. ATP minus 2 inorganic phosphates. So here, formyl methionine tRNA. So in one of the two sites, one amino acid is binded already. So formyl methionine plus now cognate tRNA. Cognate means concerned. What is that concerned tRNA? tRNA with anticodon complementary to codon of that amino acid. What is the codon of this one? AUG or GUG. Here I'm taking AUG, usually AUG. Cognate tRNA. What is that cognate tRNA? tRNA with UAC anticodon. This is cognate. Cognate means concerned, related to, concerned. Cognate means concerned. Concerned tRNA gives rise enzyme formyl methionine. Simple, I'm taking tRNA. Just tRNA, I'm giving tRNA, concerned tRNA. Okay. So now formyl methionine is transferred to CCA end. So finally, enzyme separated. So this is a tRNA molecule with UAC anticodon plus binded amino acid, that is formyl methionine plus enzyme. Enzyme released to run the reaction again and again. So now this one, now this is called as this one is amino acid tRNA. A tRNA with one amino acid. So tRNA each time is able to transport one amino acid only. Its capacity is only one kind and one only. How many CCA ends are there? Only one. towards third end. So definitely each amino acid, each tRNA is able to transport one kind and one amino acid only. What is the type of amino acid? Formyl methionine. So this one is a initiator amino acid tRNA. That is also called as initiator amino acyl tRNA. So simply formyl, FMET This is a initiator amino acyl tRNA that is able to initiate a protein biosynthesis or able to start translation mechanism. Right? So there is about activation of amino acid, charging of tRNA. Here, very, very important thing is what about the number of ATP molecules consumed at the time of activation of amino acid equal to the number of amino acids activated. So 1:1, right? So that's about activation of amino acid and charging of tRNA. Now tRNA is charged with one duty. What is that duty? Transportation of amino acid to the area where translation is possible or taking place. So within prokaryotic cell, the place of translation is within the cytoplasm, protoplasm, in the area where nucleide is present, definitely cytoplasm or protoplasm. Within the eukaryotic cell, the place of cytoplasm is translation is mechanism of translation is within cytoplasm with the help of ATS ribosomes on the surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum and within the chloroplast and mitochondria, right? So that's about activation of amino acid and charging of tRNA. Okay, so now mechanism of translation. So this is mRNA molecule. A to G codes for methionine. One, two, three, four enough. Four enough. And nonsense codon. Take one nonsense codon out of three. U, A, A. Okay, so now what about a mechanism? So initially, out of two subunits of ribosomes, in the case of 70S and 80S. So first of all, smaller ribosomal subunit is attached to mRNA. So this one is a smaller ribosomal subunit. Ribosomal subunit. That is 30S or 40S. 70S concerned, 80S concerned. Next, attachment of a larger subunit. So a complete ribosome is established. For the establishment of complete ribosome, Mg2+ is required. So at a time, how many triplet codons or frames exposed to ribosome? 2, 1 and 2. Okay, remember that one. So this one is a EA site. This one P site. Okay, so initially, what type of amino acid tRNA is entering into P site? So according to AUG, means methionine, formyl methionine. So this is a methionine. M I am writing methionine. And concerned tRNA, cognate tRNA, accepted. So what about the anticodon here? UAC, complementary to 2 hydrogen bonds, 2 hydrogen bonds, 3 hydrogen bonds. So what about first amino acid tRNA directly entered into P site, bypassing A site, Reason, A site must be empty. Reason, it is exposed to UUU, not exposed to AUG. So now A site is exposed to triplet codon, which codes for phenylalanine but not methionine. So that's why initiator amino acid tRNA, that is with methionine, entering into P site. Reason, now P site is exposed to AUG. So that's why first amino acid tRNA directly entering into P site, bypassing A site. Remember that one. So here 1 molecule of GTP is required. Remember this one. Only 1 molecule of GTP consumed, hydrolysis and energy. So now A site is empty or not? A site empty. So now amino acyl tRNA, second one. What is that second one? With phenylalanine, PHE, MET. This is MET. With what type of anticodon? The anticodon is UUU, means A. So establishment of hydrogen bonds. Here very, very important thing is for the entry of a second amino acid tRNA, elongation factor T is required. That is a elongation factor T is required, and here 1 molecule of GTP is consumed. So once 2 amino acids are side by side, very nearest to each other within A and P sites, now establishment of peptide bond between concerned amino acids. So it is a dipeptide. Dipeptide means amino acid 1, 2. How many amino acids are there? 2. So here peptide name nomenclature depends on number of amino acids. How many amino acids? 2. Dipeptide. So decoding of 2 codons completed. And here, what about alignment of tRNA with reference to polarity of mRNA? So follow anti-parallel arrangement only, 5 to 3. So what about tRNA alignment? For example, this is a tRNA molecule with the concerned, for example, amino acid, whatever the type of amino acid. Here alignment is 3 to 5 alignment. Okay. So here anticodon is AUG, means here UAC. Antiparallel or not? So tRNA is oriented in 3 to 5 direction to the mRNA with 5 to 3. And what about the direction of decoding and translation? In 5 to 3 direction with the help of 3 to 5 end of tRNA molecule. Remember this one also. Okay, right? So decoding of codon 1 to completed. Remaining how many? Third one, fourth one. This is nonsense codon, right? So here for the entry of amino acid tRNA, second one, elongation factor T required 1 molecule of GTP consumed. Remember that one. Okay, right? Is it clear? Next. So this ribosome, now it is moving on to third codon, from second codon to third codon. So now smaller subunit, larger subunit here. So decoding of this one and this one completed. This one is not completed. So now this is a P site, E site. So here it is a phenylalanine with concerned tRNA molecule, that is A anticodon. Next, binded to, attached to methionine. Methionine. So here what happened here? Shifting of a tRNA present in A site to P site. Shifted or not? Shifting completed. So that shifting of a amino acid tRNA means peptide tRNA. Peptide tRNA from A site to P site. Shifting. Shifted or not? Initially, what about the location of second amino acid tRNA within the A site? It is shifted to P site. So shifting of that one means a peptidyl tRNA. Peptidyl tRNA means the tRNA to which growing polypeptide chain is attached. Peptidyl tRNA, the tRNA to which growing polypeptide chain is attached, is called as a peptidyl tRNA. So that shifting is called as a translocation. Translocation. Here factor required is a translocation factor G is required, plus 1 molecule of GTP. So while the ribosome is moved from second codon to third codon, what about the tRNA molecule? Means amino acid with tRNA, amino acid tRNA present in A site, shifted to P site. Okay, so what about the first amino acid? Beyond the ribosome. So what about the tRNA of methionine consent released to transport to regulate one more to bring amino acid again and again? That will be recycled. Recycle means going back to bring a same amino acid to the translation where translation is taking place, to the area where translation is taking place. So now this one is only amino acid, peptide bond, amino acid and tRNA. What about A site? A site is empty or not? So now third amino acid tRNA, that is with the phenylalanine. And what about the anticodon of this one? Anticodon is AAG binded. So if the anticodon is complementary to codon, that will be accepted. So here elongation factor T plus 1 molecule of GTP consumed. Now establishment of peptide bond between phenylalanine. So far how many are decoded? 1, 2, 3. The remaining one is last sense codon, GGG. Okay, right? So now ribosome is moving from third codon to fourth codon. Third codon to fourth codon. So now smaller subunit of ribosome, larger subunit of ribosome. So here A site, here P site. Methionine bond, phenylalanine peptide bond already available, and phenylalanine. 1, 2, 3 decoded. And what about the tRNA molecule here? AG. Now A site is empty or not? So here, third amino acid tRNA shifted from A site to P site. Here also translocation. So translocation. What is translocation? Shifting of amino acid tRNA from A site to P site. Here also elongation factor G, translocase, plus one molecule of GTP conjugate. So last sense codon. Now it is accepting amino acid with the CCC anticodon tRNA, hydrogen bonds. What is the amino acid? Glycine, GLY. Here also elongation factor T, one molecule of GTP consumed for the entry of that one into A site. So decoding of fourth codon also completed. Now establishment of peptide bond. So 1, 2, 3, 4 completed. Okay, so now ribosome is moving from fourth one to fifth one. What is that fifth one? Nonsense codon. Fifth one is a nonsense codon. Okay, so bring that ribosome to last codon. So now ribosome is here, smaller subunit and larger subunit. So first amino acid, methionine, bond, phenylalanine, bond, phenylalanine. 3 completed. And last one, according to this, bond, glycine, tRNA molecule with CCC. So what happened here also? Last amino acid tRNA shifted from A site to P site. A site, P site shifted. So here also elongation factor G plus one molecule of GTP consumed. So now A site is exposed to nonsense codon. Now this nonsense codon is accepted, means recognized by release factors, RF, release factors. So now A site is occupied by release factors. So A site occupied by release factors means chain termination. So now separation of dissociation of smaller subunit, larger subunit. Now protein chain is released into cytoplasm. What is that protein chain? Methionine amino acid peptide bond, phenylalanine, and glycine. This is a tetrapeptide. Tetrapeptide. Okay, so what about the codon of this one? AUG. This one UUU. This one UUC. And this one GGG. So that is about the mechanism of translation. So at the time of translation and activation of amino acid, what about the number of ATP molecules consumed? ATP molecules. 1 ATP, 1 ATP, 1 ATP, 1 ATP. So how many ATP molecules? 4 ATP consumed. Next, GTP molecules. What about first amino acid tRNA directly into P site? Means only one GTP. This one, 2 GTP molecules. Reason? For its entry into A site, 1 GTP molecule. Shifting of that one from A to P site, second GTP molecule. So from second one onwards, how many GTP molecules consumed? 2. So 2 GTP, 2 GTP. How many? 7 GTP molecules. 7 GTP molecules. For this one, simply N into number of amino acids into 2 minus 1. What about the number of amino acids? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 2. 8 minus 1 is 7. Use this formula. So that is about a mechanism of translation. Is it clear? So that is about a mechanism of translation.